Hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you the two things that you need in order to be able to go live well on social media, whether it be on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever it is that you're choosing the live profile. Now you can even go live on Twitter now, and as you know, there's Instagram TV and you've got YouTube, so people are going live all the time, and it is sometimes pretty aggravating because not all the formats work well together. They don't always play nicely together. And if you know me, so I'm Marjorie Stiegler. I'm a physician and I'm also a social media consultant. And one of my habits is that instead of writing an exhaustive blog post and kind of scrutinizing about it, instead I'll just go ahead and get on, like I am right now, a little bit unfiltered and just start talking. So forgive me without, there's no script. But people are always asking me, what do I need in order to be able to go on and do a good job and look professional live? I would say there's really only two things that you need. You need yourself and you need your device. That sounds very anticlimactic, I realize, but you need yourself and you need your device. And then, of course, if possible, you need good lighting and good audio. So those are sort of the two bonuses if there's that. So right now, I'm sitting in sort of an area of my house that has good natural lighting kind of coming from both corners. But if I were to change direction, then you would see, that there'd be a shadow on half of my face or something. Normally, I wouldn't really want a bookcase as my backdrop, but it's not unpleasing. I would want to be sure that I didn't have, some kind of, just a pile of junk in the background, or, a heating or air conditioning grate may be going on, or some partially opened or closed door. That's usually pretty not visually appealing. And of course, you don't want to look like a giant mess, but a lot of times I come on looking not all that polished. So lighting, it's great to have natural lighting. It's super if you have a space that has good symmetric natural lighting. Overhead lighting is the worst. If you can get away from having to have lamps or lights, it's just so much more flattering. Now, there's a variety of devices that you can buy now, and they're really very inexpensive, ranging from $12 to $15 up to maybe around $200, but still in general pretty inexpensive if you're talking about kind of setting up a studio, if this is something you like to do on a regular basis for lighting. So they make these things called Selfie Rings, and I have one, but I can't really find it right now. But basically, it's about yay big, and it clips onto your phone, and it's a ring light. So if you put that on, then it just sort of illuminates you. So if it's a little bit darker, you can get some better lighting on your face, and it usually has a few different filters. You can do like soft glow or, cool lighting, something more stark if you like that. Of course, there are little tripods, a selfie stick. You don't need that, but it's super if you have a tripod or something that can hold your phone steady, because nothing is worse for the viewing experience than having to watch your phone shaking all over the place. I would love to try to do a demo for you guys about what it looks like if you do different lighting. So I don't know. I hope I'm not going to give anyone a seizure, but let's see. So if I were to move over, and I put myself like this is not terrible, but you can see it's dark over here, right? It's dark over here and it's light over here. So this isn't bad, but is better where I was before. Now I happen to have one of those ring lights. So let me turn it on and see if I can fix the problem here. So I have it set up and you can see it's getting brighter. And then I would just need to adjust it. I can have it kind of coming off this side. And that has maybe helped me a little bit, and then this one also has sort of cool or warm. So there it's warm, there it's kind of bright, there it's cool. So 3 different lighting options and something like 10 different brightnesses with each one. But still, I think that if it's possible to hang out just with your natural lighting, I think that is always best. It's generally speaking most flattering, most attractive. You do it in the morning or right around the early evening, like nowadays, unfortunately. That's 4:30 or 5 o'clock, but it's still a pretty good time to get good lighting. Then the other thing is audio. You've got to be careful about any background noise. So if you live in a place where there's a lot of outside noise, you want to be just mindful of when that might be happening. If you have children, you want to be careful that they maybe are not home. That's probably the best time for you to go live, or after they're in bed. And then you want to be sure that the sound is clear. And for most cell phones, it's no problem because they're phones and they're intended for sound. But I know that I've had webinars and other things like that from my laptop where just the existing microphone absolutely did not cut it. So I'm a big fan of the Jabra. I know Bose and some other well-known speaker companies make equivalents, but I like the Jabra. It's a little disc, again, like kind of just a little bit bigger than a donut. It is Bluetooth, so it just, once you have it set up, it just sort of sits on the desk, or even it can be kind of far away. It can pick you up from across the room, and it provides really, really clear sound in both directions. So if I'm doing anything from my actual laptop, which would be a true webinar or maybe a conference call on Zoom or something like that, I use my Jabra now whenever possible. The nice thing about the Jabra too is it's pretty portable, as is my little selfie ring light. Whereas the little gizmo that I'm attached to right now, so I can't really flip the phone to show it to you because you're on the stand, but it is it's sort of a tripod. It's about a foot tall. It's a little tripod, and then at the top it has about a 6-inch ring, a ring light. And they make these really, really in many, many sizes. They make huge ones. There's ones that are 18 inches in diameter. So if you have a place in your home where you want to really set up a studio and you intend to do this sort of on a regular basis all the time, that might be something well worth investing in. So because people ask about this all the time, I decided to kind of come on and tell you a little bit about, sort of best practices for going live on video on social media. And I'm going to go ahead and write down some of my favorites from Amazon, which is pretty much the only place that I shop. I'm going to go write it down in my blog post. And so I'll link this over there. So if you're interested to see what some of these things look like and you want to click through, then by all means do that. But you can also just go shopping yourself for a little bit of a boost in lighting or a little bit of a boost in sound. I do think, though, that really all you need is to not worry about perfection and just have fun. So have your device, go ahead and go live and connect with people. And of course, anyone who watches this on the replay, as you know, I'm going to see you. I'm going to wave back. I'm going to answer your questions. So I do appreciate anyone who's watching on the replay. If you have a different piece of equipment that you really love, please, by all means, share it in the comments. I'm very curious to know what other people use, if anything, and let me know. I'll add it to my list. Thanks so much. Have a good night.